Make una make sure say work they go on for everywhere. Put caterpillar everywhere. Start something, start something.
But bros, if for better we start and finish the one we go fit do one by one. Instead say work for everywhere, scatter everywhere, and we no go fit finish that.
Una get sense at all. Finish meeting. Now election year be this. Una no say when work they go on everywhere. The people go believe us. And then they will give us their vote.
Okay, says you.
After the election, now. After the election, everybody go answer Papa name.
People of Edo State, make we wise for this election when they come, so make we not let them deceive us with the kind of work that they pretend to do for we state, because na election year. Them not fit fool us. We know say them not ready to finish them. Vote wisely. Vote for Charles Ege Ariawe, the man will get better plan. Vote the new PDP. Bros Charlie, now you be the man. Edo people fit trust.
Tribal politics.
Let's work together to bring development to my land, to Isako. Because it will not happen again that Isako man is governor, Isako man is speaker, Isako man is head of service,
Wonderful.
my man is secretary to government. It has never happened before, and I'm not sure when next it will happen.
My great Bini people, now you can truly see the game plan. It's all about tribal politics. It's not really about us. What do you think? Is it not wise for us to vote one of our own this time around? Let's vote wisely. Vote Charles Ehige Ariare for governor. Vote the new PDP.
Welcome back. It's Edo Decides 2012. Keep the questions coming in. Edo Decides 2012 at yahoo.com and the SMS short code 33128. The candidate on the hot seat is General Charles Ehige Ariare, who is the candidate of the PDP. General, very quickly, your promoters and your sponsors seem to parade you as a Bini candidate. They are not promoting your experience, your capabilities and capacities, your track record and all of that. They seem to promote you as a Bini candidate. Is that what you stand for?
Money. I don't stand for that at all. It's one of the political arrangements, if I have to say so. And I want to tell you that they parade my capacity, they parade the fact that I'm a major general. They've paraded it. The fact that I moved through the system unblemished, played my part, held several appointments, and I delivered on the job. It's enough to parade. But the most important to parade here is that Edo South is given the opportunity to hold that they hold the highest voting strength. And they flaunt that. It doesn't mean that that is exactly what they want to sell. They just flaunt it because they believe that they've been given the opportunity before and they are doing it. This is an opportunity for them to do it again. And that is exactly what I believe they are going for. But let us put tribal politics behind us, because that is exactly what others have done. They started it. When you go into government house today, all the appointments have been skewed towards a particular tribe. And I think that is exactly what it's giving room to this type of a question. But I want to assure you that when I take over as the governor of Edo State, I'm going to be the governor of all. You can imagine what happened when PDP won the center. All the commissioners that are of Esan origin were removed from government. That is the problem you find in a state where the leadership does not believe that he's a leader of all. Even the federal government, not everybody voted for President Jonathan. He won with about 55% margin over his other opponents. And he's a president of the whole state. of the whole country. But what we're experiencing in Edo State is there is that marginalization. If it's possible, the present governor of Edo State will build a bridge from Iho, overhead bridge that will take him so that he doesn't even go through the Eastern land. It's not that he's looking for votes, that he's going there. When I went there during my tour of the local government and even the ward visit, I was told that no governor has even been here in 3.5 years. So those are the things that I intend to correct, that I will be the governor of the whole of Edo State. I will be an Isako man, I will be an Isa man, and I will be an Edo man.
Is it possible, General, that any candidate or indeed any governor can ignore any local government in a state that he governs?
It's very possible.
In terms of development projects and in terms of every other socio-economic benefits, is it possible?
Imoni, it's unfortunate that you didn't go through Edo State before this interview.
I'm very familiar with Edo State.
Now, if you go to Iyamo area, where the present governor comes from, it's painful what you see. Most of the projects around that area have been done, the road infrastructure. In fact, you have roads to farms where nobody lives in.
Economic roads?
No economic roads, none. But he just put them there to make sure that he has helped his people at a particular point in time. We don't want to talk about the massive construction taking place in his own land, in his own town, as his own home, country home. And I think that is not the way things should be done. Development should be even, and that is exactly what I intend to put in place.
Okay. Aisha?
Let's look into the future a little bit. Let's presume this time next year you're the governor.
By the special grace of God.
You've talked about the fact that security is an issue. You would have declared a state of emergency. But somehow, as will be the case, things might not just be the way you want it to be. A series of bomb blasts go off, one after the other, a couple of days for a week. But you have this meeting scheduled somewhere outside the country. Do you now get on a plane and make that meeting and leave the people of Edo to face their security issues? Or will you cancel that meeting and sit at home and face the people of Edo and help them?
Aisha, don't forget that a few days ago we had a terrible plane disaster in this country.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, to be precise. And the president shut down government at that level. Shut it down. Declared a state of mourning for 3 days. And I can assure you, all president's appointments he brought down, there is going to continuously be an act of God in governance. You can't stop it. And that is why, for a very sensitive president like ours, he has...
I thought my question was about you and Edo State.
It's about you.
Yeah, about me.
Yes,
yes, about me. Yeah, about me. Yeah,
you
mentioned
Nigeria.
For me, it depends. That's why I said that everything is an act of God. You know, so we don't know if there is going to be
even man-made calamities.
Man-made calamities.
Acts of God.
An act of God. So, for me, if it's not back to back and if there's an emergency, it's like if I have to travel to bring them believe that things can always work in this country. He has traveled, he has handed over to the country to the vice president, who happens to have also been the state governor of Kaduna State, where that disaster took place. I think these are issues that can be managed in
so
a
you
way
would stay with Edo State if it was you, but you understand the government, the president going.
Oh, sure, I understand.
All right, General, let's just take, our time is fast spent. Let's take this question, which is coming from Olorun Nishola in Benin, and he says he wants you to tell him, or her, I don't know if it's a he or she, your past development contributions to your community, so as to be sure that we can vote for you.
Well, she's Biodun, right?
No, Olorun Nishola.
Olorun Nishola.
Yes.
Now, Olorun Nishola, you see, we, especially those of us who went through the armed forces, we are, and come out meritoriously, we are role models to the teeming youths of this country. If that is all I've contributed to the society, I think I've done meritoriously. And coming out again to now say, I want to participate in the leadership of Edo State, to correct some of the ills in leadership, I think I've contributed my quota. I am not loud about my contribution to my state, to Edo State, because I am from a very disciplined background. I don't believe in propaganda. I don't believe in blowing my trumpet. I believe that historians are made to write what we have contributed to the society. And I leave that to the historians after my first year in office as governor of Edo State.
Okay, very quickly, before we round up, this one is coming from somewhere, and it says that you have talked about people of questionable character in government. You have also talked about having an unblemished record from the Nigerian army, and he simply wants you to tell the Edo people the circumstances of your disengagement from the military.
I said earlier during this outing that I served in the Nigerian army for 37 years. I left the Nigerian military school in 1973 and as a private soldier. And up till the time I left the army, July 11, 2011, I was not found on wanting on any of the assignment I was given. I had no problems. And in fact, if you have any misdemeanor, you will not win any award. Like I said, I won 3 awards: Forces Service Star, Meritorious Service Star, and the Distinguished Service Star. If you have a single dot, a single blemish, you will not retire unblemished.
So you left the military unblemished. All right. General Charles A.J. Ariabere, he has been on the hot seat. He is a candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the July 14th governorship elections in Edo State. But that's how much time we allow us to take. I want to thank you immensely for coming on the program.
Thank you so much.
Aisha?
Thank you, General,
for
coming.
Thank you, Moni.
We wish you the very best in the
Very much,
elections.
and also my regards to the management for giving us this opportunity.
All right, Edo Decides 2012. We return on Thursday when we take on the last political party of the 7 cleared parties for the contest, and that will be the SDMP. For now, we thank General Charles A.J. Ariabere, who is the candidate of the PDP, for coming on the program. My name is Imoni Amarere. We'll see you same time on Thursday. Bye for now.
Tano edono pebo ekena enige enilage egeno lae emina te begebedo sokpa arakari apa ariave na dole doyi o sanu dazina biomoto no enegbere no meni na bobe ko Charles Eige ariave eneni elage todo zagwa pa yotedo rundona ari yegbe bae ne ma be setting riave ebo ma wa giagwa lagbon go da onuru paye ebo ma o na meroyi wa gaze Charles ariave lewo carry oba otedo benye PDP no ye haramwe gbe. Alakari apa ayale chasi kwedo.